So, one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard for quite a while is how pizza supposedly could be classified as a vegetable. Really? No shit. Pizza could be classified as a vegetable. I don't know if this law was passed, but it was a new law back in the year of 2011, which is more than 14 years ago, where supposedly, because pizza in school canteens and school lunches contained 2 or more teaspoons of tomato paste or tomato, what was it? Let me just double check the exact term in question here, so that we're crystal clear about what it was. There was a new legislation or a new law proposal that was being considered passed. I don't know if it passed really, but it wouldn't confuse me, or it wouldn't surprise me really. Let's go here. All right. So because pizza in school lunch pizza contained 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, was it? So if your school pizza contains 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, then it is to be classified as a vegetable, which is crazy and insane. I mean, are these people really thinking that we're dumb? Really? Honestly? I mean, I'm saying I'm not even American, but still. What if I were American? What if you were American? And what if your local politicians had passed a law or a legislation or some sort of rule that said that because the pizza and the burgers and the fries and all the junk food officially in your school cafeterias contain 2 or more tablespoons of tomato paste, then they can be classified as a vegetable. It's just dumb and inane. And it's not even a question about semantics. It's moving the goalposts. It's saying the same thing, or it's like saying that orange juice is healthy for you when it's clearly not. Orange juice contains oranges, absolutely. But you know what it doesn't contain and what the oranges contain? Orange juice just doesn't contain fiber. And fiber is what prohibits the sugar intake in your body, and it also delays the insulin response when you ingest ordinary oranges. That's why sugar in nature is hard to get, because oranges aren't ripe all year round. Bananas aren't ripe all year round. Apples aren't ripe all year round. And as such, you weren't meant to ingest in sugar every single day. That's why, but that's a totally separate discussion. The point is still valid, because I actually entered into a discussion with some dude way back in the day. I actually thought it was quite intelligent until he said these things, because I was arguing the case for eating more fruit, and he said, well, can't you just drink orange juice and apple juice? And at that time, I really didn't have any response other than, yeah, but they've got added sugars, which they have. But admittedly, there are orange juices that don't have added sugars. But here's what they do have, or what they don't have rather. They have been removed, or the fiber has been removed from the fruit when you're squeezing the juice out of the not of the tomato, but out of the orange. Literally, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Literally and proverbially. And that's my point. You can't classify pizza as a vegetable just because it contains tomato paste or tomato sauce. You just can't. That's not a fair comparison. It's never going to be a fair comparison. It's like saying that hamburgers are healthy for you. They're not. The most healthiest item in a hamburger is the patty. The patty is the meat. Usually, if that patty is made out of ground beef or grass-finished beef, then you could make some argument that the patty in and of itself is actually healthy. I agree. But that's only the burger patty. Not the buns, not the salad, certainly not the side dishes, not the fries, none of that shit. No. That's why eating at McDonald's and Burger King and all the other junk food chains is not healthy for you, no matter what they say. Sue me, McDonald's, sue me, Burger King, I don't really care. Whatever. My point is, this moving of goalposts, like was attempted to be done with that silly ass law, is precisely what the time and energy vampires are doing, especially when they want to get something done. They're saying that they're getting trapped in analysis paralysis. And what that means is they're too big of a coward to actually go ahead and execute. You need maybe 4 or 5 hours to plan and prepare. I agree. You would need some time. You would need to write a detailed plan. You would need to outline your analysis, I guess. And yes, you would need to analyze your situation. I absolutely agree. That doesn't take days. That doesn't even take a full day. It takes 4 or 5 hours the most. Then you have a plan. Then you stick to it. Then you try it. And if it doesn't work, well, then you go back and then you change something. And no, you don't need to sit down and analyze that change for days either. Probably it's going to take you 30 minutes to analyze, maybe 15, maybe just a minute. You know precisely what I'm talking about. Let's say that you're actually running an e-com store and you want to run ads and those ads don't produce anything. Well, then you go back and you change the ads, right? Maybe you didn't target the correct group. Maybe you didn't have the product that they wanted. Maybe the product that you're selling is shit. Or maybe nobody even wants your product. Who knows? Or maybe you're shit. I mean, who knows? The point is still, you don't need to wander around for days and days and days to do analysis paralysis. It's the same thing with hitting the gym and eating healthy. If somebody is obese, morbidly obese, or fat, and they want to change their habits and go to the gym and lift weights and start eating healthy, they don't need to analyze their situation for days and days and days. No, they need to do a simple research on Google, on Grok, on any sort of AI, whatever, read some literature, and then get informed. And then literally start lifting the weight. Just buy a pair of kettlebells, buy a pair of mats, buy some ground beef and eggs and water and coffee and start doing intermittent fasting. That's precisely what you have to do. And this is my point. Just forward motion, forward intent. Apply yourself. Work hard and apply yourself. And that's precisely what you need to do when it comes to making changes in your life instead of doing these analysis paralysis and procrastination attempts, which is just a code word for you being lazy. Stop moving the goalposts and actually go ahead and execute. That's the best way of using your time and energy. If you want to learn more about time and energy management and how to deal with the various time and energy vampires, the TEVs in your life, get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description wherever you are listening and or are watching this. And I will see you there.